the temperature of North Africa is stipulated to rise by 2 to 3 degrees centigrade. मतलब एक तो ओशन वार्म हुआ जिसकी वजह से फिशिंग डिक्रीजेस, and second, oceanic water is also getting acidified. Hello friends, myself Ajay Raj Singh, and I'll be discussing the previous year's question of General Studies paper 1. So here the first question is, discuss the impact or consequences of climate change on the food security in tropical countries. How climate change is adversely impacting the food security scenario in tropical countries. Now, what does the climate change, that is global warming? Now, climate change is inducing certain severe extreme weather events which were previously not so frequent and not so intense. Extreme weather events like droughts, floods, cyclones making landfall, they used to occur previously also, but now the intensity and the frequency of these extreme weather events have increased to an extent that they have begun to disrupt the traditional farming practices, and they are also leading to basically devastation of crops and loss of fertile soil. Now, in tropical countries, rising temperature is leading to heat stress on crops. This rising temperature is leading to heat stress on crops, that is culminating into decreased productivity of staple foods like rice, wheat, maize. Their productivity is decreasing because of heat stress. Not only the productivity is decreasing, in tropical countries it has been observed that the quality of these staple food is also declining. Now, changes in temperature and rainfall are shortening the growing season. The rising temperature, the changes in temperature and rainfall, they are leading to shortening the growth cycle of crops. They are shortening growing season. As a result, farmers have to shift to other crops which are less productive in tropical countries. As a result, overall production is declining. And this rising temperature is also a factor behind increased crop pests and disease in tropical areas. As the temperature is increasing, the environment is becoming more conducive for the proliferation of crop pests and diseases, that is declining the food production because of crop loss. Now, as a result of climate change, as the temperature is increasing because of increased greenhouse gases, these increased greenhouse gases are being absorbed by the ocean, and sea temperature is rising. As a result, thermal expansion is taking place. Sea level is rising because of thermal expansion, and the large coastal areas are being submerged. These coastal areas happen to be the most productive arable lands, and those arable lands are being lost forever because of sea level rise. Sea level rise is leading to declining in the share of arable land. Therefore, agriculture productivity is declining. Now, next is ocean warming. Ocean warming, as I told you, whatever greenhouse gases that are released into the atmosphere, 90% of those greenhouse gases are absorbed by ocean, and as a result, ocean temperature rises. When ocean temperature rises, ocean warming takes place, rate of photosynthesis increases. As a result, algal bloom takes place and biological oxygen demand increases. These algae require more and they use up more and more dissolved oxygen in the water bodies. As a result, dissolved oxygen decreases, and fishes and other aquatic organisms, they disappear, they die or leave their zones. So ocean warming leads to increased rate of photosynthesis, that leads to rapid growth of organic matter in the sea, that is algal bloom, that increases the biological oxygen demand. So the dissolved oxygen in the ocean decreases and aquatic animals and fishes disappear. And second is, when this most prominent greenhouse gas in the atmosphere is carbon dioxide. When carbon dioxide is dissolved in ocean, it makes the oceanic water carbonic acid. It increases the acidity, it leads to acidification of the oceanic water, and such water, the marine ecosystem productivity adversely gets impacted, and it also impacts the oceanic food chain. मतलब एक तो ओशन वार्म हुआ जिसकी वजह से फिशिंग डिक्रीजेस, and second, oceanic water is also getting acidified. Acidification is taking place, that is adversely impacting not only marine ecosystem and marine food chain, that is also reducing the fishing that happens to be the main food of coastal communities, that is again leading to food insecurity. I can cite one example that in North Africa a study was conducted, and it was found that the mean annual temperature has been witnessing increase since 1950 to 2000. It was observed the annual average temperature has been witnessing increase, and precipitation has been decreasing consistently. This pattern has been observed all along second half of 20th century, and it is still continuing. This has led to drier because of increase in annual temperature and decrease in rainfall all across second half of 20th century, which is still continuing. This has led to increase in dryness and increase in temperature. Temperature has increased, and dryness, this moisture content has decreased. It is said that the dynamic regional model of North Africa suggests that by 2050 the temperature of North Africa is stipulated to rise by 2 to 3 degrees centigrade, and precipitation is likely to decrease by 10 to 20%. Thus, the North Africa, and this study is specifically for North Africa, it is likely that the desert conditions will further get aggravated. Crop production will adversely get impacted because of decreased moisture, increased temperature. Conditions wouldn't be conducive for agriculture, and the scenario is very bleak. So this was this is the result of climate change on food security in tropical countries.